Well, we want to welcome back to our GASC 14 video conference here, Mr. Ralph Nappi, who runs the entire operation for the show. Welcome. Good to see you again.
Thank you, Roger. It's a pleasure to be back. Good to see you again.
Time for another print show.
There we go. It's September, so it's time, isn't it?
And what kind of exciting things do we have on store?
Well, we have a lot. I mean, and many people won't be surprised at this because we've had the trend over the last few years where we've tried to be very cross-media oriented, okay? It will explode at this event. There's no doubt about it. And it's hard not to see it. I mean, we have long passed the point of being about ink on paper and toner on paper only, and this show's living proof of it.
Well, CPP and GASC are partnered again this year. Does that tell you something? Is there some synergies at work that we really maybe not look at the top of the page?
No, I think you're right. I mean, the fact is we've been with CPP. This is the third year, but second official. And the good thing about CPP is one of the growth areas, which a lot of people realize, is packaging. And so they bring the packaging and converting and whole aspects of that part of the growth area for commercial printers in particular. And that's why we think it's appropriate for it to be here at this show. Commercial printers are dying for new ways to engage, and package printing is one of them, and that's what CPP brings to that.
That brings up an example of some of the special interest parts of this show, segments of this show, if you will. Separate, different pavilions that have been set up, and I just have to tell you, this changes by the second, not the minute, by the second, doesn't it?
We're very excited about the newest one, which is our plastic print pavilion. We join with the Society of Plastic Industry, SPI, who has a very big show that they do every 3 years. And we found out that, and I was talking to some commercial printers only within the last few weeks, talking about this, and his eyes got big and said, wow, that's great. I said, tell me more. He says, Ralph, I was in a CEO roundtable, and 4 of the 8 guys said they were looking at trying to buy equipment that focuses on printing on plastic. So that whole type of area is starting to grow and increase, and that's why this relationship with Plastic Print Pavilion there is very important with SPI. So that's our newest for this year.
I got to ask you a key question.
Okay.
Are trade shows still relevant in this society?
Well, I'm a little biased, obviously, all right? It's one of the ways I make my living. But I'll tell you this. There's no doubt that with the social media and what we all do in our own industry, what we hear about is ink on paper, and certainly what we're doing now in videos is important. But there's nothing like seeing it, feeling it, touching it, smelling it, tasting it. You got to be there to do it. And the fact is as long as there's events like this, I think we find out 2 things. Our attendees, I should say, attendees tell us the 2 reasons, the 2 most popular reasons they come to the show is to see new technology and to see running equipment, all right? You can't do that online.
No, you can't.
You can't do that on a piece of paper.
You have to gather the forces together to present it properly.
And this is the cross-media, too. It's part of the whole cross-media process.
And another thing I wanted to ask you about was educational forums. Are those changing, expanding? Where do you see those going?
Our educational forums are very important. This show has always been first about equipment, new technologies, networking, and education has been a component of it, always is. What has changed in our educational component now is we try to do more how to do it. Roll up your sleeves and teaching people that go to the sessions how to implement these new technologies, how to execute these things so that they can put them into place for profitable businesses. That's what they're doing. So a shift more to how to.
So the plastic pavilion's going to come in handy for you.
Yes, I think so. I think so.
Ralph Nappi, it's always great to see you.
Good to be with you, Roger. And, thank you very much.
Thanks for stopping by.
Okay, my pleasure.
GASC Print 14.